Welcome to The Lantern. To all of you watching in Nigeria and around the world, I am Babajide Ogunsawo. Today is the first of season 3 of The Lantern. For the next 12 weeks, at this time every Sunday, I will be musing as I analyze facts and fiction of the state of Nigeria's security, economy, and its politics. It is now a dozen years past half a century that Nigeria's leaders signed the country's independence article. But I am not about to tell you the story of Nigeria's independence, not tonight. Instead, I choose to share a story that my grandfather once told me. A story of what happened in Nigeria on the morning of Saturday, October the 1st, 1960. That was the day a 26-year-old Wole Soyinka premiered his work, Dance of the Forest. Wole Soyinka's Independence Day message was as clear as a bell. Nigeria, avoid the mistakes of the past. An advice with no expiry date. But President Buhari's term is about to expire. Will his message go with him? Let's start tonight's analysis. How clear were the words from President Buhari in his last Independence Day speech? Words are not only similar to seeds. Words are seeds. You don't just speak words, you sow them. Matthew chapter 12, verse 34. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Chapter 24, verse 15 of the Holy Quran. Your tongue and mouth do great things. So, what are the most important words the president uses at independence? Number 1, security. Since 2015, President Buhari has used the word security 44 times, but half of these mentions only came in the last 2 speeches. So, did the president's urgency to solve security concerns come late, or did he recently change his speechwriter? Number 2, the word economy. Since 2015, President Buhari has used the word economy 34 times. But his love for that word economy only started in his second term. For example, in his first 4 Independence Day speeches, he used the word corruption more than he used the word economy. And then, in his last 4 Independence Day speeches, he used the word economy more than he used the word corruption. Finally, at 19.8 minutes, this was the president's shortest Independence Day speech in the last 4 years. Was it that President Buhari wanted to keep this speech short and to the point? Or was it that he was tired and there was nothing more to say? But let's not forget how we got here tonight. Nigeria, 62 years after independence. Yet, many of the questions of the common man remain unanswered. For example, how independent is Nigeria at 62? Will you be better off living in Nigeria of 1960 or 2022? Will there be a Nigeria in another 62 years? When we return, I will analyze these subjects and more. But for now, let's listen to the voice of the common.
The Lantern crew, we are here once again to find out what people really think about their preparedness and INEC's preparedness for the 2023 elections. Can you show to the camera?
Yeah, I'm not interested in voting because I can't stand the crowds. Like, I'm a very busy person, so to just go and stand there under the sun for hours. I've tried getting it several times, but all to no avail, so I didn't try getting anything. So about the election, anyone that God is willing to just help us with, like, if I say Tinubu, everyone knows what he has done. Atiku, error. Peter Obi, he used to be in APGA, PDP, like, so you know it's part of them. Just like sort of a carcass, so they know what they are doing between themselves. They are just suffering the masses based on, we all believe, this is the person that can do this. No.
That's the time they are doing the PVC in my side, and the queue is too much. And they just did it for just one day, so I don't know. So I'm not be able to do.
Mo ní lọ́wọ́ kò dúró mo ti kó lọ kò dùn ṣùgbọ́n ti Lagos State ló wà lọ́wọ́ mi tí ó bá dijọ́ yẹn ìjọba òdò là máa wá sí kò wá dìbò.
I hear BBC now.
You go vote?
I go BBC, yes. Get.
You go vote next year?
Yes.
Money PVC. Of course I have.
Are you going to vote in the 2023 election?
I will.
If you want to say something about the election, me, I'm ready because I have my own PVC. I'm ready.
Money PVC.
Just ready láti dìbò.
I'm ready to go.
2023, ẹ máa ti mọ ẹni tẹ́ máa dìbò.
Mo mọ̀ dáadáa ni.
Ẹni tẹ́ máa dìbò fún yín, ṣó máa tún lù ṣe.
Ó máa tún lu ṣe.
I have a PVC.
Are you going to vote?
I'm going to vote. Why not? I'm going to vote because the PVC is the power of youth, and the PVC is what can speak for us as a youth.
Yeah, of course I do.
Are you going to vote in the 2023 election?
I will, but I'm going to vote my conscience.
Peter Obi, who else?
I can't say what I'll vote for, but I'm going to vote for somebody, trust me.
I won't tell you I'm voting for, but what the Nigeria needs at this moment is leadership that is focused, that has a vision to take the nation to the next level.
Who am I going to vote? I'm going to vote for my stomach. Of course, whoever I feel it to benefit my stomach.
Actually, I don't want to vote for any party anymore, like APC, PDP. I think they should rest.
May the best man win. Really, because I do not want to be influenced by anybody, I want to keep that private and confidential.
For those that are led by the Spirit of God, are the sons of God. So I will allow the Spirit of God to lead me. And we have no other candidate than Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Why?
Because he's the only man, the only one for now who can rescue us from this generation.
Also, I'll be voting for Peter Obi. I'm actually pro-APC. I'm pro-APC, so I'm voting for Tinubu.
Based on what he has done before now, for almost 8 years, and which he's still doing outside of governance, I believe he can still do better when he is elected as the president of this nation.
I can vote for Obi. That is what my mind chooses. So if I have PVC, I vote for Obi.
Tinubu ni Jagaba. Jagaba na ló lè ṣe bàbá wa ni. En tó lè ṣe na la.
I like it ní ká má polówó ẹni kankan. Ẹni tí ọkọ mi bá yàn ni má dìbò fún.
Ó wà. A ní lọ́wọ́.
Ṣé máa vote next year?
Pẹ̀lú ògo Ọlọ́run. Ọlọ́run máa fi mí ṣe ẹlòmíì.
Ṣé ti mọ ẹni tẹ́ máa vote fún báyìí?
Àmọ́ o. Lára tí mi àtọ́ máa ṣe dáadáa o. Tinubu náà ni. Kí gbogbo ó lè dáa náà ni. Àmọ́ pé tó bá tún wọlé ìgbà tí ó tún san wájú àwọn tó tún wà ń bẹ tẹ́lẹ̀ lọ.
Wanda zan zaɓa. Lokaci yayi duk wanda Allah ya sa in zaɓa shi zan zaɓa in Allah da. Duk wanda any party wanda Allah ne shi zan zaɓa. Amma ina sa ran insha Allah ya gwada muna lokaci mai zuwa duk wanda ya kwanta min ga zuciyata ina so in zaɓe shi ba ni cewar yanzu tun da lokaci yanzu an ka fara in ce ga wanda nake so sai wanda Allah ya tsaiduwa ya sa cikin rayuwata wanda nake son in zaɓa ya kwanta min a rayuwa shi zan a danga ko ba gaskiya ba gaskiya ina fatan ina son ABC gaskiya okay ni ga zaɓe na ina son ABC sai dai ta canza ta abu hali mai kyau in APC yayi hali mai kyau mu muna tare da tulumbu 1000 ko ba gaskiya ba muna tare da tulumbu 1000 ABC nake ce ya yi kyau kuma ina son fatin ABC 1000 ko ba gaskiya ba amma ta gyara in ta gyara abun ya yi kyau in waya maki content maki dube ta tunda yanzu ga Hausa mu nan ba an kore su daga aikin okada babu kyau no good wallahi no good amma a tsaya a gyara ko ba gaskiya ba shi mutum guda ba ya gwamna jama'a a shi kuma gwamna ya tsaya shi tsakani da Allah ya tsaya binga kowa na shi na babu sai ka gwadi bambanci amma kowa naka na gwamna babu sai wane kowa naka ne ni ke faɗin haka ni dan jihar Sokoto ne amma ina Lagos amma kuma na ce ina son ABC 1000 kuma ina son fatin ABC ina son fatin ABC amma ta tsaya ta gyara al'amuranta gaskiya akalla ABC ta tsaya ta gyara al'amuranta mu muna son ABC 1000 muna son ABC komi ya yi kyau komi kuma Allah shi biya Allah ya taimaka Allah shi wadata kuma Allah ya taimaka
all these politicians do better. This PDP no do better, APC no do better. Maybe make a pray for God. God will give them better thing. Anything want do better, God make a give them. No be APC, no be PDP, no be Labour Party, no be ANPP. Anyone you want do better, God make a bringer. Because of you get problem. Sokoto, Zampara, KB, Niger, Kaduna, Wala is too much. This government for Lagos, you don't pursue your people. You say you don't block your people food. Now it's no good. All these are people you can't order Kaduna, Niger, you can't join and do work for Lagos. You say no want, you don't pursue. Now it's no good. Me, I don't want APC. Maybe PDP, Labour Party now, this party now you go like I know like I support APC 2015. I support APC 2019. Now I know they support APC again. Because you know do better. You are so you don't Kaduna, you don't Erfa, you don't pursue your people now for school. You don't bring it down. You know they do better. This Buhari, this Ason, you don't reach like 7 months. You never pay. I don't want this rubbish. These people do.
Obedience. Labour Party. The Madi Bofun. And my Bofun Labour Party. I do try and allow me. 8 years one thing. Toshe. Wait, I don't see you in the phone. So, Labour Party, more work.
It's my mind. I know who I'm to vote for.
People will vote Peter Obi, but the election will not be given to him. Yes. Everybody is interested in Peter Obi because of the age. But if you want to talk about politician, somebody that knows what to do, somebody that wants to do something that is a real politician will go for Tulumbu. He knows what to do if he's ready to do it.
It is now a dozen years, past half a century, since Princess Alexandra of Kent brought to Nigeria the symbols of freedom. But the real question is Nigeria truly independent? Will you be better off living in the Nigeria of 1960 or 2022? Will there be a Nigeria in another 62 years, the year 2084? What is your bet? We begin tonight's analysis with Kenny Rogers, the gambler.
Every gambler knows that the secret to surviving is knowing what to throw away, knowing what to keep. 'cause every hand's a winner and every hand's a loser, and the best that you can hope for is to die in your sleep.
At independence, is Nigeria still gambling? Listen carefully to what I'm about to tell you. 1 out of every 2 products that arrives Nigeria's seaports come from Europe or America. Clearly, Nigeria is yet to gain trade independence. 1 out of every 1 naira 20 kobo that Nigeria receives from its exports is from crude oil. Clearly, Nigeria is yet to gain manufacturing independence. 1 out of every $3 that is invested in Nigeria comes from the United Kingdom. Clearly, Nigeria is yet to gain financial independence. The problem is not that Nigeria depends on all these countries. The problem is, which countries depend on Nigeria this much, and is Nigeria becoming more irreplaceable or replaceable in global politics and economics? Now, to the second question. Will you be better off living in the Nigeria of 1960 or the Nigeria of 2022 today? Though there is no one globally agreed indicator to measure and compare the quality of life over different time zones, the fact is, the 18-year-old Nigerian citizen who was part of the Independence Day celebration is now 80 years old. Congratulations. The only problem is, only 1% of Nigerians live to celebrate their 80th birthday. Finally, will there be Nigeria in another 62 years, 2084? If you want a 100% accurate forecast, then ask God. But if you want to look at the science or art of Nigeria's evolution since 1914, the fact is that Nigeria crossed its first 62 years in 1976. It can cross its second 62 years in 2038. But don't forget, times have changed. Putting it all together, since 1960, though Nigeria's land area remains marginally the same, 165 million babies have been born. Yet, the country's productivity has exponentially declined. We will take a break here, but when we return, I will take a look at some of the biggest stories of the week and the state of the race to Nigeria's 2023 general elections. Welcome back to the Lantern. But first, let's take a look at the top 10 biggest stories of this week.
These are the top 10 biggest stories of the week. At number 10, properties have been destroyed and several people have been confirmed missing or dead as a result of flood incidents in Edo and Adamawa states. In preparation for the 2023 elections, the All Progressives Congress, APC's National Working Committee governors failed to agree on campaign kickoff date. The presidential candidate of the PDP, Atiku Abubakar, shares plans of how he intends to complete the Mambila hydropower station. The chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, says INEC will continue to maintain its neutrality in the 2023 elections and beyond. The federal government of Nigeria has been accused of trying to break ASU's monopoly. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, recovers 8.8 billion naira worth of tramadol from a drug baron. It has been declared that kidnapping has declined significantly since the month of August as military troops scale up operations. After the release of the remaining hostages in the Abuja Kaduna Rail kidnapping, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Lucky Rabo, has asked Nigerians not to clap yet, as the best of the military is yet to come. The Federal Executive Council approves 19.76 trillion naira budget for the year 2023. And for the number one story of the week, the President of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, stated that Nigerians owe our military a debt of gratitude. And these are the top 10 stories of the week.
"20 weeks to go to Nigeria's 2023 general elections. Tonight, our attention is on public opinion polls. For more than 2 centuries, public opinion polls have been used to measure sentiments and to forecast the outcome of events such as elections. The polling heavyweights such as Gallup, Harris, and Roper are the biggest global brands in the science and arts of presidential election polls. But even these polling giants have at times failed in their predictions. This week, on the state of the race, we look at a popular opinion poll, the ANAP Foundation poll. I reveal the good and the bad news behind these results. What is the good news about the ANAP Foundation poll conducted by a private institution that does research, NOI? Number one, NOI has more than a decade of experience in conducting polls in Nigeria for private and public sector institutions. The second good news is the population sample size they use for the telephone poll, 1,000 randomly selected telephone interviews. That is fine. That is the globally accepted standard if you want to achieve a 95% confidence in the poll, given a margin of error of plus or minus 5%. Number 3, another good news is the results were shared with the public. 21% of those interviewed said they will vote for Peter Obi, the Labour Party candidate. 13% for Alhaji Atiku Abubakar of the PDP. Another 13% said they will vote for the presidential candidate of the APC. And for the presidential candidate of the NNPP, Rabiu Kwankwaso, 3% said they will vote for him. Now, you've heard the good news. So you may ask, what is the bad news about the NOI poll? Number 1, Nigerians who were called in this telephone poll by the NOI were selected from a database of phone-owning Nigerians. A more accurate poll will be to ask Nigerians who have registered to vote, Let me make myself clear. Asking Nigerians who have collected their PVCs who they will vote for will give you more accurate results than only asking adult Nigerians who have telephones. The second bad news is this poll can only be used as a base case study. The best value from election polling is when it is continuous. In simple terms, the merit of a poll is to conduct another poll. If NOI and ANAP release subsequent poll results, it will allow the public to see if the trends, patterns, and public sentiments are changing. Number 3, the big news from the poll results was really not that 21% of those interviewed said they will vote for Peter Obi. The big news should be 50% of those interviewed said they were undecided, not going to disclose their choice, or not going to vote. My point is that public opinion polls are like drug prescriptions. You should seek the help of a specialist before you consume them. Finally, there is only one opinion poll that I am interested in, and that is what will take place on Election Day. Nigeria is on a path of joy and pain. The challenges are great, but the reward even greater. Thanks to all of you for being a part of tonight's show. God bless you all, and I'll see you next week.